Jesus, come on. Hey guys. Okay, this next part is another part of the ET contact experience you gotta know about. And this is it. So, I have a experience where the ET comes up to my face and I pass out and all that stuff. Watch my past videos. Watch the playlist that this video is on. And my first experience I had ET contact that night. I woke up in the day's going on. Somewhere in the afternoon, this van drives up in the driveway. It was a van. It was like a electrical van for the telephone or the gas meter, something like that. Anyway, my dad was home, and I saw the van pull up, and I saw the two guys come walking out, and they were looking around the house, around the property and everything. And I just had that night the ET contact, and I was a little kid. Okay, I was like 10 years old or something, 10, 11. And so I went to the back door because they were walking up the driveway, right? And I didn't relate the two things until later on in my life when I had another experience like this. And so they come walking out, and my dad's working on a car in the driveway, changing the oil or something. And they introduced each other, and my dad's like, hey, and you come walking over to them. And I came outside, and I'm standing on the back porch, and one guy was talking to my dad, the other guy looked at me, right? And he didn't look like a nice person. It just felt bad. And so I'm looking at him, I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey. And then he talked to me a little bit. And I don't remember what he said. It was just stupid stuff. Like, you like hockey, eh? You this and that and everything, right? Stupid stuff. And I'm like, why is he even talking? And I was a little kid. And so they wanted to see something on the house, like a gas meter or a telephone link up or cable. And so they went walking down the driveway back towards the van, my dad and the two guys. And I went back in the house and forgot about it. And that was it, right? It could have been exactly what it was. But, after I learned what I learned all these years later, I don't think so. Because I had a lot more experiences with guys like that coming around your house after a UFO sighting. Anyway, and I'll get that and do another set of videos. So, that night, I had a dream. And how did it go again? The eye in the sky, the big eye in the sky, the UFOs, the ETs were staring at me. But they weren't. And it was just in the dream. This is all dream. And they're following me around. And I'm in the kitchen. And the eye in the sky is over the house staring at me in the dream. Okay. And I can feel it. And I'm kind of freaked out, right? And all of a sudden I hear a knock at the door. And so I'm like, oh, fuck. So I run to the back door, and I open up the steel door, big hard door, whatever it is. I think it's steel. I open it up, metal, aluminum or something. I open it up. There's no window in it. And I open it up, and there's a screen door, a metal screen door, and there's a chimp standing there at the door, at the window, and he's looking in it. And he's looking at me. And he's got a black suit and a tie. Right? He's got a tie. I think it was white. And I'm just looking at it. I don't know. It doesn't say hello. It doesn't do nothing. It's just standing there like he's looking in a mirror, adjusting his tie. Like that's like playing with his tie. And I have a suitcase in my hand. Suddenly, I have a suitcase. And I'm like, where the hell did this come from? Right? And I'm looking at the chimp. And there's a chimp, like in Africa, a chimp. Running around the woods and a chimp. But this thing's got a suit and tie, and it's standing there at the door. And I have to go to school, and so I have to go out there. And so I get freaked out, and I close the door. I slam and I lock it. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, the front door. So I run across the living room, and I run out through the kitchen, through the living room, and I go to the front door. We never used the front door for some reason. I don't know why. We just never did, because there was too much junk in there. And so I get to the front door, and here, out of the front door, here's this chimp doing his tie thing again, right? And he beat me to the front door, so I slam it and lock it. And I'm like, oh no, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. And so I have to go to school, so I gotta walk to school, and there's this damn chimp thing, right? So I don't know what to do. And what I did was, I think I sneaked out the front door. I ran back to the back door to see if he's still there, right? And I looked out the windows, and he was standing there at the back door doing his tie, adjusting his tie. And I then sneak. He didn't see me, right? So I sneak to the front door, and I sneak out, and I got my lunch pail, right? And I got a suitcase. It's a brown suitcase. Like, not a suit for suits, but like paperwork. It's one of them little thin suitcases that have all the papers in it. You see businessmen wearing them all the time, having it all the time. So anyway, I sneak out, I close the door, and I start running to school. And I'm running to school. And I got this damn suitcase. I don't even know what it's for. And I look behind me, and the monkey, the chimp, is walking. He's about two properties behind me. He's walking right at me. And he's just walking. He ain't running, he ain't panicking, he's just walking. And he's following me to school. So finally I run all the way to fucking school. The chimp's gonna kill me, And I get to school, and the chimp goes away. So I go home, I forget all about it. I'm still dreaming. I go to school, next thing I shift, I'm going home. And there's this fucking chimp. As soon as I get close to my house, there he is. And he's walking towards me. So I run in the house, and the chimp's walking. I'm glad he walked. Because I don't think it wouldn't have been much of a dream if he ran after me. Because I was scared already. The only reason I didn't wake up from the dream was because he was walking, I think. Anyway, I run in my house, I lock all the doors, and there's a chimp standing outside my door. And he wants this suitcase. And he must want this suitcase. I can't figure it out. And then I'd wake up. And I remembered the two guys in the van that came that Sunday. I think it was a Sunday or something. In reality, they came in the van, talked to my dad, and then they left. And then I had the dream. So anyway, every time I had a face-to-face, I would have another one of these dreams where the suit and tie chimp would be standing out my door. He'd chase me. I'd go to my grandma's house to visit grandma, and I got this fucking suitcase, and here's a chimp walking behind me. One time, and it was a recurring dream, over and over and over and over for years, this goddamn chimp was following me around. And so I go into another dream after a contact, and I'm outside a mountain in the West Coast. Okay, and I got a briefcase. It's the same with the chimp. Okay, I'm going down the road, and there's a mountain beside me. All of a sudden, the mountain, a rock comes rolling down the mountain, and that's symbolic of something. Lands on the road, and I swerve the car into like a parking lot. And I swerve the car, and the rock rolls, and it crushes like a recreation center, where people go and do recreational things, like muscle working out and running and exercise and stuff. And connected to the recreation center was a church. And it landed on the recreation center, okay, and the church. And it smashed the church and the recreation center. So I got out of the car and I went into the rubble. And here comes the chimp. And I got the briefcase. And the fucking chimp is adjusting his tie, walking after me. So I run into the recreation center, and it's just debris all over. There's no dead bodies or anything. There's just smashed shit. And so, but there's a yellow line on the floor going through the rubble. And so I start following the yellow line. It was like reflectors on the side of a train. And they're reflecting. So I'm following. It's yellow. That means something. You follow the yellow brick road. So I'm following this yellow line, broken line. And so I follow it through the rubble, and it leads to the church door. And I don't like religion at all. Even in the dream, I didn't like religion. And I stop, and I'm like, I gotta do something. And all of a sudden, the eye in the sky comes. And I'm standing at the door of the church, and here comes a chimp. He's coming at me, and the eye in the sky's coming, and it turns into a UFO, and it's sitting, because there's no roof on the church. I can see the UFO is sitting above the church, and all of a sudden I'm standing there, I'm like, I got this briefcase, and it's full of information, and I don't know what to do. All of a sudden, an alien is standing in front of me, one of the beige aliens, and he's standing in front of me, and he reaches out, and I just hand him the briefcase, and then the chimp goes, rah, and just gets fucking mad and starts running around screaming, right? He don't attack me, he's just running around smashing off walls, going, rah, 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 like the fucking chimps do on when they freak out on the African movies, on the wild nature shows, and the chimps are freaking out, rah, fucking freaking out, and E.T. goes away with the information. Okay, now go through the dream and you'll exactly know what I understand. I don't really have a lot of time to explain all these dreams, but that's the chimp. So I have another ET contact face to face years later, and the chimp comes to the door. A lot of years later, the chimp comes to the door, and this is after I opened my heart and started talking to the ETs. Okay? No more fear. So the chimp comes to the door, and I open it. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's you again. Come on in. And he walks in the living room. He walks into the kitchen, walks into the living room, walks to the front door, and I'm following him. And I go, yep, here's the front door. That's the way out. Bye. And he walks out the door, right? And so, and then he's standing there and he's looking at me. He's adjusting his tie, but he looks a little weirded out, like that's not what's supposed to happen. So I slam the door shut, and I don't have no suitcase. And then there was one time I had the suitcase. He was at the door. I opened it up. I go, oh, fuck, it's you again. Come on in. It's on the counter over there, right? So he walked in and he grabbed the suitcase and left. And he was all happy. I'm like, whatever, man, fuck it. And that was after I opened my heart to the ETs. Okay? So what the chimp was, now the two guys in the van that triggered the dream, to me, after the ETs came, like, there's a physical UFO over my house, okay? Wherever they picked it up on radar, so many times over my house that they sent these guys there to put up listening devices or whatever to check it out, to see who lived there. And it was me. And they already knew it was me, right? So then they can't do nothing in physical reality. I guess they can, but they don't. But in the spirit world, also, they send these Archons out. And now the Archon was the chimp. And I only saw the Archon in the dream space. And what was this was information for the ETs. I gave the ETs information. I don't even know what it was. I'm a little kid. I don't know. What the fuck is this? Right? But the ETs came and got it every time. Almost every time. So, the ETs came and got the information, but the chimp wanted to intercept it. Because the chimp wanted the information. So the Archon would take it back to the fucking DOD, Department of Defense, or whoever was collecting this information. The SDI guys, what are they called? I don't know. Operation something or other. Fuck. But anyway, so whatever government organization that was doing these UFOs also knew the spiritual side of it. Got these Archons and programmed them, ordered them up, whatever, on the spirit side, in the spirit world, and sent these Archons to me. And if the two guys in the vans, I don't know if they had anything to do with it, if they even knew anything about the spirit world, but somebody fucking did. Because every time I had a contact, this goddamn chimp would come walking out of nowhere up to my house. And I wouldn't let him in the house. The door closed. The body is my house. The chimp's outside. I wouldn't let him in. Right? As like I wouldn't let the ETs in. I wouldn't let anybody in. But the ETs broke me, took the information anyway. Because I watch news all the time. I hear things. I watch the news. I know stuff that's going on. And the ETs want to know what the fuck's going on. Like they have. So I'm like a little inside informant on the earth, right? I don't know what they fucking wanted. I don't know. I have no recollection. I know one was about pollution on the earth because I had a dream about that. Or the ETs were looking at pollution, like barrels in the water, like toxic barrels, PCBs and DDT and shit like that. They wanted to know that. I remember I had a dream about that. So it was stuff like that the ETs wanted. And it was in this metaphysical briefcase. Fucking the chimp wanted to know what the information I was giving to the ETs, why the ETs showed up. So whoever was sending out these Archons in the spirit world, the Archon showed up as a chimp in a black suit. Okay? So to me, a chimp is an Archon, and an Archon is a spiritual constructed being. Now you can construct them. If Christ can do it, the baddies can do it. So they construct these beings. They give them a program, and they say, "Go get the information, come back and give us the program." In the spirit world, and the spirit world is working with bad people in the government, and it's all black. Okay, it's all black. You never hear about it. And that's what's going on. And that's what's going on with me, with this fucking chimp coming to get the information. So I had that to deal with. So ETs all day long, well, all night long. Then the next night, when I finally get over that, here comes the fucking chimp. The fucking Archon thing. I call it Archon, for lack of a better word. It's constructed with a purpose. Or it didn't seem very smart. Okay, it didn't seem very smart. And it dressed up in a suit because it was all business, right? That type of thing. And also the men in black, okay? Take that chimp Archon from the spirit world, that entity, the chimp, which is an entity, an Archon entity. Take that chimp, put it in a dead body, resurrect it with your super drugs they got. It's all black. You'll never know about it. Put it in a body. The aliens do it. The bad aliens do it. Probably the good aliens do it. I don't know. Probably the fucking Department of Defense black guys do it. The black project guys, the black guys that do the, the dark secret. That's what I mean by black. The secret. It's not public, even to the president and all that. So you can create these men in black. They're basically the soul in them. They're a dead body, or now genetically made, and they put these Archon entities in them. They're not from the spark of life. So it took me 50 years to come up with that one, because I had to have all these experiences explaining what, and I experienced everything I just said, even the men in black. So they put these chimp Archon things inside the body, juice the body, and it's up walking around, and it's got a program to come to you. Throw in a little technology, and there they go. The men in black. And that's how they do it. So I have all that to deal with. Not in physical reality so much. A couple times I did in physical reality, but then it's not till I moved to Windsor, which is a lot of videos away before I make them. And but remember, so when you're having the ET contact and the secret agents dressed up as telephone repair guys, and they're all interested in you, not the fucking telephone. Remember that. You got the Archons coming. Now, how about all these people, abductees, real contactees, people that see the UFOs. People see a UFO, but they don't see the other world. All of a sudden, in their house, shit starts flying around, smashing, shadow figures, okay? That's what these fucking things are. In my case, I had a chimp dude coming around. Okay? He didn't smash or do anything in the house, but I had other spirits come. His friends come. Who knows? The sky's the fucking limit. But in my case, it was this. But in maybe your case, you got spirits, entities, all sucking the information off you. Information is Archon. Archons live for information. That's what they want. They don't want sex. They don't want that. They're all about fucking information. Demons want fucking sex and lower fucking garbage energy, like sexual energy. They get off on it. And sickness, and violence, and death, and shit like that. Archons want the fucking information. Not always directly related to ETs. Some of these Archons have been roaming the earth for 100,000 years. And sucking off of people information. Till they get so much information, they become their own personality essence. And ET, well not ET, but personality essence. And then they become their own entity. And they become smarter, and they learn everything how to manipulate you, because they've been doing it for 400,000 years since fucking time began on Earth. Maybe even before the first civilization was on the Earth that left all these fucking things here. All right. So what I'm saying is, and plus you can create Archons. I don't know how to do it, but Jesus knows how to do it. And if Jesus knows how to do it, I can sure as shit tell you the bad entities know how to do it, and even the Archons know how to do it. Okay? And that's why you need Christ inside you, Christ consciousness. Not religion, just Christ consciousness. The fucking loving force of the universe. Call it whatever you want. It's not God. This is the loving force between lower astral and the Godhead. If you're in this energy between the lower astral and the Godhead, you got a beeline to the Godhead over your evolutionary spiritual path. And you don't have to deal with all that fucking shit. Okay? Well, you do, but you're protected by Christ, because they ain't gonna fuck with you if you're with Christ, because Christ will fucking kill it in the fucking lickety split. Don't even matter. That's what I learned much later, after all this ET stuff happening, right? And the ET stuff's still going on today. I wake up and there they are. But there's nothing I can do about it, so I don't even do anything about it. Unless I can't even go take fucking pictures now on a CE5, because I got 200 goddamn fucking people in my backyard going, fucking, and I can't stand it. I want to be alone when I do it, or have a friend there. But I gotta explain myself to every fucking goddamn dildo fucking brain head chump It comes, what are you doing? Oh, excuse me, aliens, while I fucking talk to the doorknob and explain to him what a camera is. You know, fuck. And this is what I got. So I don't even do my C5s anymore because I got nowhere to do them in private. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, plus I gotta reload all my old CE5 stuff again. But remember, so if you're having abductions and things like that and contacts, there's a whole spirit world full of shit coming your way. So stick with Christ, at least it can't touch you. It'll come and it'll try, it'll knock on you, but you won't get it. And be cool if you see the things throwing fits around you, smashing stuff in your house. All because the aliens came. That's all garbage in the astral coming towards you. And you gotta be smart. It's like, don't even talk to it. You just chant Christ consciousness. Christ takes care of the spirit world with your spirit. You deal with the physical. Alright? That's the fucking answer to that. Ignore all the shit going on around you, the shadow beings and all that. There's a million ways to get rid of them too. And you let Christ do it. You don't do it. Because you get wrapped up in that spirit world and the drama, and you'll go absolutely fucking insane. Alright? Later, guys.